Ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips that seem to quiver and pulsate.
Our investigators have already come face to face with the first of Maurice Clayborn's odd self-depictions, an imposing metal sculpture of the artist's own face that hid a key to his home. Is this whole process his magnum opus, or is it just a game to him? That's up to the investigators as they decide to step into the next room, uncertain about what's to follow. When we last left our investigators, they had just opened the door to the artist's living quarters. Instead of the expected warmth of a private home, this door leads to darkness. It's not an inescapable void. There's just a little bit of light coming in through the tinted floor-to-ceiling windows on the opposite end of the room. But as the twilight-lit sky begins to fade, so does the last of the light illuminating the sharp edges of the pieces of furniture. The room before you is a blur of darkness and shapes. With one exception, on an elevated surface, several dozen feet away, a single blue spotlight shines down from the track lighting on the ceiling onto a stainless steel dining tray with a dome lid. The contrast between the darkness and the spotlight is absolute. Sharp edges illuminate the spot on the marble countertop. Otherwise, the lights are not on.
Okay, you've got a flashlight, right?
I turn on my flashlight and sweep the room.
I think I have your
you have the
your
UV one, I think. Yeah.
Okay, that might be helpful as we get closer to this situation, but
I want to make sure we're not about to step on, pressure plates or tripwires or anything like that.
Spike pit.
You're flashing it around the room?
Yeah.
The room has a number of sharp surfaces. That's what your light catches right away, anyway, which cast sharp shadows around the walls. This appears to just be an apartment in the dark, but not really knowing what you're walking into and not knowing what to expect have you a little bit on edge. In front of you, you can make out a dining table. In the distance, your light bouncing off the reflective surface of the fridge.
Okay, well, looks like we're not gonna, step onto a pressure plate. Are there light switches on the walls, or are we just shit out of luck?
Yes, there is. There's one by the entrance.
Okay, well, I'll click that on and hope it doesn't, get a log trap that kills us immediately.
It's amazing how much the darkness can influence our senses. With the lights on, Maurice Clayborn's home is entirely unthreatening. The kitchen is a showcase of bland, bougie sleekness. Dark gray and white marbled countertops, identical bland white cabinets, bar stools around the outward-facing parts of the countertop. In addition to the track lighting above, there are 3 drop-down bars of light dangling from the ceiling in the kitchen, adding soft, diffuse light to the room. The kitchen is much farther ahead of you. More directly in front of you is a sort of dining room, and then to the left of the room is a living room that is sunken into the floor.
Conversation pit.
To give you a better sense of the layout of the room, I want to point out that you are in a hub of potential exits. To the south, there are 2 doors off of the living room. If you were to step forward away from the door and kind of turn left and look back a little bit, you would see those doors. And then to the north, a straight eye line away from the door that you stepped in from, there are 3 doors. The closest to the floor-to-ceiling windows are double doors that look far less residential and more look like doors you would see in a school or hospital, complete with the metal plates below knee level. The next innermost door is inset into the wall. There's an antiquated metal gate blocking its entrance. The third door inward, tucked further back into the kitchen, appears to just be a closet door. Above the kitchen, stretching upwards into more darkness, are concrete stairs jutting out from the wall at even increments. There is no guardrail. Sorry, when I said like left, I meant if you were to like look left and behind you, you'd see the other doors.
Okay, so we are coming in from kind of southeast.
The room overall is kind of panhandle shaped.
Okay, interesting. Okay, this is the big open concept room. Thank you, HGTV. Idiot can't even have an interesting concept for his house. How pathetic.
Looking at the kitchen and kind of the overall design, less personality. Now, I'm trying to decide if that's that's an Ezra observation. I'm trying to decide if that's also an Alister observation, that like this guy's like a fucking artist, and this looks like a Better Homes and Gardens spread. That's not bougie enough, but you know, this is like minimalist, but not in a like striking way.
Yeah,
So.
this is nothing sauce, but I figure this is a guy who cares more about like making his art than like his house.
Yeah,
you know,
Alister,
there's people like that who are like their art is like their thing, and their house is like where they sleep and eat.
Yeah, Alister just looking over at the kitchen says, "If I had to guess, Mr. Clayborn hired an interior designer for this rather than doing it himself.
I hope he's watching us be mean about his house.
Fucking deserves it.
Yeah.
My man is definitely watching us and also has definitely killed like more than one person, so.
Yeah, he's watching us be like these two gaylords, like hands at our hips, being like,
Yeah.
This house boring as shit. He's like, I murdered multiple people. And I want you guys to die also. And we're like, maybe you should get a better house.
Yeah, we're like, okay, bet.
Anyway.
Come do it yourself.
Obviously, you couldn't do your house yourself.
Get his ass.
Anyway, I mean, do you want to... Clearly, he's directing us towards the main event. You want to go take a look at that first? Or you think we want to do the layout of this 3-room open concept bullshit first?
Blue lights do seem to indicate the next section of the script.
What are the like up down odds you think that there's like a hand under there or something? Or head. I don't know. I think we're about to get into some freaky shit.
I don't think whatever's under there is going to be particularly inviting or indeed probably sanitary.
Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, well, unless there's something else that you want to say before we get up there, I'd like to use my UV light on and around that area to see if it pulls up anything interesting.
What does a UV light show again?
Bodily fluids. Yeah, we're looking at saliva, sweat, urine, vaginal fluids, and semen.
If any of those are relevant.
Should have brought some luminol.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of surprised like you have this UV light but don't have that. But also, I don't know. Alister does what he does.
Maybe it's maybe alien shit glows under UV light.
Yeah.
Wait, is this for real? This says chameleon bones
What the
are
hell?
bright blue under UV light and like hypothetically visible through the skin, but it links to a dead National Geographic.
What a fun day that must have been at the biology
I was
office.
gonna say, what if I just imagined being a scientist was like, what if we just shine a UV light on this chameleon? What do you think will happen, guys?
Guys, you're never gonna believe this.
Well, there we go. That's our answer. So does my UV light pick up any of those things we pulled up from that website? By we, I mean Ezra.
No, it doesn't.
Well, there we go. Worth a shot. We will have to remember to bring luminol with us in the future. Is that the actual chemical? I'll look it up later. I just was thinking of Ace Attorney.
Sounds right to me. I will. Well,
I mean, there's nothing to do but jump, unless you have something else you would like to do.
No, I think Alister will pull a handkerchief out of his pocket and use that to pick up the. Is it the kind of like domed like cloche thing with the little handle on it?
You can absolutely picture this as like room service.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Also, I looked it up. It is luminol.
Yay! Thanks,
Wow.
Ace Attorney.
The gang is full of strange facts. As per
Everything I
usual.
know, I learned from 3DS games and also regular DS games.
That covers a lot of it. I would like to reach out with my handkerchief and grab the little knob on top of the stainless steel cloche pick that thing up and really hope that we're not about to have... Okay, I'm gonna get this wrong. Which... Is it John the Baptist with the head on the plate?
That's right.
I got in trouble in the 8th grade when we went to Monticello for asking why that guy's head was on a plate in the portrait hall, because the fucking tour guide thought I was being a shit and I actually didn't know.
Bro, I don't know.
You see a stylish and perhaps antique black phone underneath the lid. It is
could have been worse.
It is unclear if it's an actual antique, although it is certainly meant to look a certain type of ostentatious. It has a very stylized handle, and the earpiece and receiver have these kind of silver plates that, again, make it look very ostentatious.
Can I make a guess as to what period of design history we're talking? Is this, is this 1960s? Is this Art Deco? Is this...
Sure. Why don't we come back to Alister's classic secret skill, furniture appraisement.
I am always happy to come back to Alister's secret thing about involuntarily knowing a lot about antique furniture.
Yeah. You between the two of you who have all sorts of skills. Stealth, knowledge, resources, rapport, antique furniture appraisement. Shoot.
I think somehow we found the gayest thing about Alister.
No, none of us specifically have shoot.
Oh, that's right. Neither of you have shoot. I was bullshitting.
None of us can shoot a gun, but the one thing I decided to give Alister was my obsession with Bauhaus.
I actually don't think Saint can read music, because I can't read music.
Can he read? Do you think he can read guitar tab?
Well, he doesn't know how to play an instrument.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember whether he played the guitar or not.
I don't think so. If I'm wrong, somebody get in the comments. By that I mean the Discord.
This is just sort of is this like is this old like 1960s, or is this old like 1920s?
Sure.
Or meant to look like. I don't know I can't remember what I'm rolling. Is that like the last time I was using this skill, we were playing a different tabletop system?
That's fair.
Okay, lore. Sounds good.
While Ezra rolls, I would like to say that I'm pretty sure I said that Saint is in choir, but let me hit you with this. When I was in choir, I also didn't know how to read music.
Well,
so
that's fair. Getting the bad rolls out now. That's 3 negatives and 1 neutral. I have a +4, so that's a total of +1.
I must then repeat myself that you don't know if this is meant to be a true antique or if it's just meant to look like it is. If this is vintage from the time or something that was purchased from the Pottery Barn.
That's fair. Whether or not it's a true antique, like you know what? No, moving on, because this is me.
Either way, he is an asshole.
This is me as we're trying to picture this like physical item and thinking like I know vaguely like what like really old telephones look like. It's a fucking fancy telephone.
Certainly.
We're probably supposed to...
Yeah, it's a rotary... It's like a fancy rotary telephone.
Where is the cord leading?
That he's trying to look bougie. That was my question, is if it has a cord. And where it is
I will say really quick, it is clearly not cheaply made.
So it's either old or it's a good replication.
Whether it's a true antique or not is clearly meant to be high quality. The cord is less carefully arranged. It is trailing off the side of the counter.
Like it's a phone cord that is going into like
a telephone, like a phone jack.
Like the kind of plugs that they use for a phone line. Yeah. Rather than, for example, just like ending.
It is connected to a phone line that is connected to a wall. This is on the countertop that is a center island that the spotlight is shining down on, although that spotlight is now much more diffuse. It is trailing down off the countertop. Let's say that there is a phone jack on the side of the island. This same island also has probably like a sink and a stove hookup or something. So it's not like It's not just a countertop. It's like the utility is there.
We were like the last generation that did rotary phones.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm dialing in. So, and it doesn't, we don't like take the lid off this situation and it starts ringing, right? It's just kind of like sitting there.
It's just sitting there.
Okay. If I try and dial numbers, are there any particular numbers it will not let me dial?
No, you can dial any of them.
Cool.
All
right. I'm gonna guess that we need to get. That was my first thought too, and then I was like, "There's no way that's gonna fucking work."
No.
Yeah, I mean, you could try. My thought is that. Okay. So my bet is we're gonna have to find a number to dial. Does that seem? We could try and dial 911. But there's no way that's gonna fucking work.
No.
Unless that's what he wants us to think.
At this juncture, it would be, frankly, irresponsible to involve ordinary law enforcement.
Agreed. I bet your bosses won't want that, so.
This is quite literally what they pay me for.
What are they going to do? Shoot the art?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not funny, but
they're what are they going to do? See a painting of a dog and try to shoot it?
Well, you want to split up and, just like last time, split up, cover different halves of the room, and meet back later. By later, I mean in like 10 minutes, because we can see each other.
The sight lines are convenient, yes. Let's. So,
my bet is what we want is probably going to be in the kitchen, just because, that's here, and, who puts a phone line in a kitchen, so, there must be a specific reason it's here. Not specifically in the kitchen. This is directed at God, I guess. I'm just saying, who puts a rotary telephone line in, your center island? That's odd. You'd have to run specific stuff, so...
Trip over the cord.
It's got to be, here for a reason.
Well, I don't imagine most people have their rotary telephones on a room service platter, either.
Yeah, well, unless you're a freak...
I'd like to pick up the actual body of the phone and look at the bottom of it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, sure. What are you looking for?
Anything out of the ordinary? See, okay.
I click A for inspect. And then I rotate it using the thumbstick.
Maybe a manufacturer's number or something, but other than that,
yeah.
No, not really. No dice.
Okay.
And there's nothing on the platter or the lid, I assume.
Yeah, I'll set it back down and just check the platter underneath it, check underneath the platter, look in the bottom, like flip the cloche part over and make sure it doesn't have fucking gullible written in there.
Yeah.
Look at the ceiling, Alister.
Oh, shit.
Gullible's written on the ceiling, Alister. Go look.
Gullible's written, in blood on the ceiling.
No, that'd be silly. God. Permanent marker.
Yeah. I want to look under the plate part, pick it up and look at the counter underneath it, look at the underside of the dope bit.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's truly just the platter, the phone, the lid, and the cord.
You never know. I'm going to the fridge. I'm checking inside the fridge.
Sure.
I mean, I guess I could just do a general roll for this. I'm checking out the kitchen. My brain was I'm still thinking there's body parts somewhere cuz I'm a freak. And my brain was where else would they be but the fridge? But let's not get too specific. Can I just do a roll to investigate the
Yeah, absolutely.
Kitchen? I'm just double checking to see if I have anything better. Nope, investigate. I have a +3 to it. Peepaw rolled real bad.
Okay.
I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 6. So that puts me at a +1, and I'm trying to decide if I want to re-roll that, because I have a bunch of... I have lucky, I have refreshes, but also, you can roll to investigate here, and I can go wander somewhere else. What do you think? I mean, I'll stick to it. Let's just do it. I rolled a 1 for investigating this kitchen, Ben.
Like I said, the kitchen is a showcase of bland, bougie sleekness. It is pretty generic, as the two of you have pointed out, which I assume just means that when you eventually get put in a murder chair, he will lower the amount of seconds you have to escape. It is kind of unremarkable. The strangest thing about the kitchen, other than the decided lack of food, is that there are these strange black pieces of plastic taped to some of the cabinet doors, including one on the freezer door itself.
Can I, if I like grab them, are they peel offable?
They certainly are. The masking tape that is
Yippee.
holding them up is not affixing them very solidly. It is not like a frame of tape or anything. They're just dangling off of the cabinet doors.
Okay. Well, first I'm gonna like look inside all of them just to see if there's anything inside these cabinets before I peel everything off, and then, I don't remember anything.
What's in there is what you would expect. Pots and pans.
Cool.
Not all of them clean, or as clean as they should be for reuse. In fact, the kitchen, once you actually start looking and rooting through the drawers, is more than a little disorganized.
It's because you fired everybody. Okay, that was the...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
There's also, as noted, a distinct lack of... There's also, as noted, a distinct lack of fresh food. It is mostly kind of pantry staples. Rice, boxes of crackers, that kind of stuff. Everything in there is shelf stable.
He went crazy because he hasn't eaten anything.
That's what happens when you don't have fruit.
Yeah, let me tell you. Scurvy.
Yeah, my man was seized by scorbutic nostalgia, and for some reason it made him kill people.
Bro, if I don't eat enough, I get it. That's how I feel too. Cool. I'm gonna grab all those things taped down, and I'm gonna bring them over to the counter so we can investigate them in further detail.
Sure. As you even peel one of them off the cabinet, they catch enough light that you're able to see immediately what they are. The faint echo of bones shines across the surface of the X-ray you hold in your hand.
Oh. Less interesting. I thought that I was pulling stuff off and there were like bones cracking because there were bones on the other side. No, that's why I said ew.
No, you're holding an X-ray.
Boring. No, sorry, I'm not making fun of you, but I'm teasing.
All right.
This is still very interesting. I'm bringing all the X-ray pieces over to the counter so we can look at them together and make a beautiful puzzle of presumably someone's bones or whatever. Well, found myself something interesting. Hopefully this will, give us a little hint.
I will, when you say this, I will drift back over to the kitchen island and observe. How many pieces are there?
There's 5 of them taped across various parts of the kitchen.
Okay, that shouldn't be too hard at all. I mean, I could do this even on my own probably. What should I roll to put together this X-ray?
Nothing. It's just X-rays. It is shots of a human skull, of a rib cage.
Oh, there's separate. Okay.
Oh, it's not a puzzle. It's like it's like small
I thought it was put together
X-ray
one
films.
X-ray, but no, they are several separate X-rays. Cool. Anything interesting on them, or is it just like, look, a skull?
No, it's truly just routine X-rays.
Alister, can I borrow your flashlight?
Yeah, I hand it over.
Okay, I want to shine the flashlight on the opposite side of them like I would be putting them up to a light box.
You can see through them. They are depictions of various parts of human anatomy. Some of them focused on the skull and rib cage and various bones. Yeah, that's what X-rays are for, dumbass.
Yeah, like knees and ribs and whatever.
But they appear to be very standard medical results. You're not seeing anything.
Okay, my bet is we need another piece to this puzzle then. And I bet it is somewhere else in this room, perhaps something that Ezra will find, if you would like to do your half of the search.
Are there any repeats, or is this arrangement of body parts plausibly all from one person? Like, is there more than one skull?
There's definitely more than one shot of some of the body parts. You only have so many bones in your body.
Okay.
190 or something. 206, actually, I know the number, never mind.
So... Okay. it's not immediately obvious whether all of these films are of the same body or not.
Actually, I guess it would be, because X-rays are labeled.
I mean, they can be.
Well, they should be. Yes, they are
I don't know
all
what
of
this
one
thing's
body.
Okay.
They are all of one body. They are all labeled Maurice Clayborn. For a date 5 months ago.
Rip. Do these X-rays show trauma? For example, like cracks in the bones or the skull? Any like notable injuries?
Maurice Clayborn is getting up there in years, but it just looks like an average human skeleton. You're not seeing any evidence of major injury.
And there's nothing else written on these X-rays?
No, just the date and the date, his birthday, the name of the hospital, which it didn't occur to me to write down, and his name.
Can I enter in the like rotary in the date these? Because so it's the dates on there are his birthday and the dates that these X-rays were taken. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can I rotary in the date these were taken?
Sure. How do you go about dialing in that information?
In the order they're written, I assume that is month, day, year. But, you know, who knows? Maybe these were taken in Europe.
And you're starting with the date they were taken, or?
I'm starting with the date they were taken, and then I'll move on to birthday, if that doesn't give me anything.
Are you picking up the receiver?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
And like putting it up to my ear.
Sure.
Like, for OKC.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we should have done that before, you know, dialing anything. Or yeah, I'll just pick up the receiver. I assumed that we had done that at some point, but that's just like, you know, assumptions to make an ass out of you and me. I assumed that it would ring. Let me pick up the receiver and listen to it before I do anything else, before I start rotoring in numbers.
A still robotic voice attempts to speak to you. Please dial the 5-digit PIN to access your voicemails.
Okay. Anything else or just that?
That's it. There's no dial tone.
Rudely snap at Alister to gesture him over. We're looking for a 5-digit PIN. It says that we need that to access the voicemail. If I just entered in like month, day, and the last 2 digits of the year, would that be 5 digits? Or is the month like, for example, is it like June or is it like October?
For sure. You can see that the birthday listed is August 7th, 1966. And the date these are taken are October 19th, 2019.
Okay. So let me do the birthday, because that's too long. So I'll do...
When was the last time somebody had seen him? He's been missing for longer than that.
Yeah, I thought it'd been... Well, okay, hold on. Before we do anything else, before I forget, I'm going to enter 80766.
Nothing. The robotic voice repeats. 5-digit PIN to access your voicemails.
Okay. Yeah, so everything got locked down 6 months ago. Maurice Clayborn came out here when?
He's retreated to Waterfalls at dawn some 18 months ago.
Okay, so
actually, maybe you can ask Alister that.
Yeah,
because Alister would know also.
Yeah. Okay. So these were taken 5 months ago. Our friend here locked down 18 months ago, but he got these X-rays taken 5 months ago.
That's after the cleaners and private chef were dismissed,
which was 6 months ago.
And we're sure, from what we were able to tell, the last time anybody at the museum knew of him leaving Waterfalls was 18 months ago.
That's correct.
These were taken 10/19/19.
That's correct.
Wow, I'm shocked I remembered that. This is late February. So 02. Does the exact day... I'm asking if the exact day matters for reference of if I am chasing the wrong tale.
Any combination of numbers you enter related to those dates does not seem to get a result.
Great. Cool. What I was trying to calculate for reference for those playing along at home, and also Ben, who may need to know if that's important, is I'm trying to calculate the difference between today's date and the date that these x-rays were taken. But if that does not matter, then there's that. That's all I have off the dome. Ezra, do you have anything else, or do you think it's worth putting this down for right now and investigating other parts just to see if we turn over another stone?
I can't think of anything else to try using just the X-ray films, and I would like to see if we can come up with any more information from this room.
Okay, let's do that then.
Is this an on-off light switch, or is there a dimmer anywhere in this room?
No, it's probably on-off.
Okay, darn. I would like to, before I investigate in detail, I would like to go and turn the lights back off and let my eyes adjust a little bit.
Okay.
So I'll communicate this to Saint in character in a minute. Saint, hold position for a moment. I'm going to see if there's anything that stands out viewed in the dark.
Cool, I give him a thumbs up.
And I would like to go over to the light switch, flick it off, and give myself maybe 45 seconds to adjust to the darkness. And then I would like to make a notice check to see if anything catches my eye, rather than immediately jumping to investigating. Okay. Ooh, all right. That's 2 positives and 2 neutrals, and I have a +4 notice, so that is a +6.
That's incredible. Sure, as the darkness envelops the room, it gives you an opportunity to look around, looking for anything that stands out. Nothing in particular grabs your attention. The sharpness of that blue spotlight does beam down on the phone, but otherwise, with the room drenched in darkness, you're not really able to make anything out. Like I described it earlier, it's kind of blurry.
Okay, I will flip the lights back on.
Wait, before you do that, do the x-rays look different now? Or is it saying it's just fucking dark?
They do not.
Cool.
Okay, I will flip that back on and go check out the conversation pit. Are there bookshelves at all over here or anything like that? Or is it all like soft furnishings?
It's all soft furnishings. That's the first time I've heard that term, but I agree. It's all soft furnishings.
I don't know where I got that.
What's a hard furnishing? Vodka?
Yeah.
And also a wet bar.
Yeah, my three favorite classifications of homeware: soft, hard, and wet.
Yeah, no bookshelves. No bookshelves at all, actually. The living room is sunken into the ground, 2 half steps below the kitchen. A deep burnt orange right angle sectional dominates the space, and 2 smaller black armchairs are arranged in counter position to that. Between all that seating is a glass table held up by golden brass table legs. In front of all of that, on a massive entertainment console, is a 60-inch flat screen TV.
Is there a remote anywhere?
There's a remote on the table.
Oh, I'm probably going to regret this. I turn on the TV.
The television does not turn on. You press the power button a few times, and it doesn't seem to be registering the signal.
Is it on is it on the wall? Is it on like a TV stand?
It is on a TV stand, maybe 6 inches away from the floor-to-ceiling glass windows. There would be nothing to mount it to.
That seems like it would be the kind of thing that would cause a lot of glare on your television.
I couldn't agree more if the man didn't have tinted windows.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, I guess I will poke around in more detail, and by that I mean investigate. I keep wanting to say investigate a mystery after all of those years of playing Monster of the Week. That's 1 positive, 1 neutral, 2 negatives, which is a -1, but I have a +3. That's a +2 on investigate.
Sure, what are you investigating specifically?
I'll start with the TV stand. If there are drawers or like the television and the TV stand.
Sure, it's a pretty modern television, although I will remind you that this game is set in 2020, so modern is slightly relative. There is a sort of minimalist approach to this entertainment center. There's no exposed media library that you can immediately see, Although opening the drawers, you can see that there are indeed some DVDs tucked away beneath the television. This maybe kind of draws your attention upwards, and you realize that there is a DVD player sitting beneath the TV and plugged in.
If I hit the eject button on the DVD player, does a DVD come out?
It certainly does. A disc hums out of the slot. It is blank, visually, from the label.
I look over to Saint. Think we have another message from our host.
Love that for us.
I push the DVD back into the slot.
It slides back in, the little tray taking it back inside the DVD player. There is a light hum from within the machine, although the television does not turn on.
Is the TV plugged in?
Yes, it is.
Huh. Does it have a power button?
It does. You feel around the rim of the television looking for a sort of knob or button that you can press to turn it on without the assistance of the remote. You feel the spot where it should be, the divot in the plastic shell that would normally lead to a button like that, but you feel a little bit of jagged plastic. It's not enough to cut your thumb or anything, but that plus some scratch marks make it look like the button has been chipped off the side of the TV.
So we have a disc we can't watch. What happens if I grab the remote and pop open the battery compartment?
What batteries? The battery compartment is empty.
Okay. Anything? Then nothing else in there?
A severed human finger. No, that's no.
Yeah, really pretty small. I mean, I don't know.
It'd be actually a really small finger.
I guess the circumference of my I feel like the circumference of my pinky is pretty like comparable to a AA battery. I got pretty small pinky fingers.
Yeah, maybe he has tiny little hands.
Okay, let's see. Thinking things through. We have, thus far, a television we can't turn on. We have a phone for which we need a password, which we thus far have not found.
Yeah, so we need a button of some kind, or...
Do I think that if we found the button, we would be able to put it back and turn the television on, or does this look like the mechanism has been destroyed?
It looks like the mechanism has been destroyed. If you could guess, it looks like it was chipped away at with a tool.
Okay,
the electronic component is ruined.
So if we're going to turn on the television, we presumably need batteries for the remote.
Okay.
Or we're not supposed to turn on the television. Does the remote take the same kind of batteries as my flashlight?
What kind of flashlight do you have? You can spend a fate point to declare the type of flashlight.
That's an interesting...
I will say that I think most flashlights usually have D or C batteries, but genuinely, with a fate point, you can say that you have a flashlight that does AA's. And I literally cannot stop you.
This is true. It is almost certainly D or C batteries. This is just a, like, I don't want to get too twisted up in a medium that other people are going to listen to and therefore needs to, like, flow. Is this the kind of thing where, like, we shouldn't be opening the doors because we have to do everything in this room first, or can we start opening fucking doors?
You can start trying to open some fucking doors.
Okay.
You have free range of the home until a door stops you.
That's very true.
And even so,
that's
what strength checks are for.
Oh, God. So, I have until the door stops me. Because if I get in a fight with a door, I'm going to lose. I hold up the remote with the empty battery compartment. I find it hard to believe we're not meant to see whatever is on this disc. So, keep an eye out.
Yeah, agreed.
I would like to try...
UV flashlights are generally smaller.
This is true. I would
than
like to...
larger flashlights.
Because I think I'm pretty sure we have determined that Alister has, like, a fairly chunky flashlight.
Yeah, he's got one of those things that you, like, crack over people's heads.
I feel like I might have hit someone with it at some point.
Yeah, whereas UV flashlights are usually, like, smaller and, like, precision.
You could have hit anyone. Julian Springwood? Jules Ortiz?
Mm-hmm. No, clearly these batteries are somewhere else. As fun as it would be to... Like, he wants us to play the game. Let's play the game. If we need to, we can go around it. But let's see where this takes us first. Okay, well, I think we found some interesting stuff in here, but no answers to the puzzle yet. What do you say, maybe we try some doors? Do you have any preference? We got some fun options.
I mean, I'll go with one of the doors that's leading away from the part of the room that we're standing in right now. So there are 2 doors off of the living room. I don't know, Mordor, Gandalf, is it left or right? Which one are we going through?
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of interested in the hospital door.
I mean, yeah, if you want to backtrack over there, we totally can. Let's go. If Saint is gonna head over to that one, Alister will follow and check that out.
That feels like a plot door. I don't know if that's true, but there's something about it that says there's weird shit here.
Don't dead open inside?
Yeah, before you was a large double door. Like I said, it looks a little more, industrial is the wrong word, and so is commercial, but a little more, I mean, yeah, like a school or a hospital. It's those kind of like wide doors. There's the little arm mechanism up at the top that like allows it to like kind of cushion it as it closes, and those kind of metal plates toward the bottom. This is maybe the most non-residential looking part of the room.
Does it have
jiggle the handle?
Does it have handles, or does it have the like push bar?
Or is it
things?
a push? Yeah.
Great question. Yeah, it's push plates for sure.
Okay. Or Aragorn pushing open the doors gif. I'll go ahead and give it a shot.
It's the Aragorn pushing open the doors gif, but if the doors didn't budge, and Aragorn hit his nose.
Ah, fuck.
That's actually, during that scene, Aragorn hit his nose.
Aragorn broke his nose. Vigo broke his nose. Okay, well, it was a nice idea, but that didn't do shit, so we're going back to your idea.
We're gonna head back to the.
Yep.
Hey,
cool,
head back to the living room,
the door next
area
to the one we
and
came
try
in. Yeah.
The
Right,
door
that's
on
what
the
you were
left.
thinking of?
Yeah, because we came around. We like kind of go around the corner, and then there's 2 doors. Let's go with the one on the left because that's the one closest to the door we came in.
So the door to the left of the one that you came in from, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
That door does give way. You walk into a bit of a narrow bathroom. There is no shower nor tub. It is truly a half bath. There is a sink, a toilet, a cabinet above the sink, hand towels hanging from a towel rack. This is clearly a guest bathroom for Mr. Clayborn's various guests who visit his private residence. Cool. There we go. Accurate description happened.
I would like to check the medicine cabinet.
There's not much there on account of the fact that this is not Mr. Clayborn's actual bathroom. Therefore, there are no bottles of pills or anything, really, I guess anything other than like toiletries. Yeah, spare bars of soap, a packet of Q-tips, that sort of thing, and a hairdryer.
Toilet tank?
It's wet.
Damn. Is it soft? Is it soft or hard?
I don't want to describe it or think about a soft toilet, so.
Okay.
Sure,
but
someone's
there's
made one.
is there anything inside the toilet tank?
No, there's nothing inside the toilet tank or the toilet.
Okay.
Note to self, upstairs, put something in the toilet.
Is there like a garbage bin in here, or is that straight up it?
Let's say there's a garbage bin in here. It's one of those that has like it's one of those really small bathroom trash cans with like a really flimsy garbage bag. It all looks very neat. But there's no like tissues or anything in there or anything.
Are there any numbers in or on the hairdryer?
No, there are not.
Okay. Well,
might have to dry something off though.
And is it? I'm assuming it's the kind that plugs into the wall. I don't know if are there battery operated hairdryers.
No,
I haven't owned a hairdryer in like 15 or 20 years. So
I've like never used one.
I mean I suppose there must be, but every one I've seen has a cord.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that if I'm wrong. Like, nobody make fun of me if there aren't any.
Okay, because I'm thinking out loud here.
Yeah.
Sure, there would be travel hair dryers. But one, you couldn't take that through
But they'd probably
TSA, I
just be,
wouldn't
like,
think.
small.
And two, every time you'd want to use one, you'd be in a bathroom.
Yeah, I think if you have a travel hairdryer or like curling iron or something, you just plug it into the wall.
Yeah.
The idea is like they're travel because they're small.
Yeah, not travel
Yeah.
because they're like fully portable. You're not drying your hair in the middle of the airport.
Yeah.
I don't know. People do all kinds of stuff at airports.
This
Boarding
is true.
group B?
Yeah.
Hey, what?
Once again.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Well, good to know that's there though, in case we need it.
Yeah.
To
everybody-
dry
anybody
something, presumably.
Yeah, or one of us freaks out and has to go take a minute to calm down in the bathroom.
Dry their hair. Yeah.
I don't know.
If you used a hairdryer on Saint's hair, presumably it would get frizzy like mine does.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Alistair has enough hair to be worth hair drying.
Hey, this is a really, really important question.
Yeah.
Is Alistair balding? Is he like premature balding? You just said he doesn't have enough hair for a hairdryer, and I need to know, is his hair thinning?
I would say that, you know what? Yes, but you would have to look really close to be able to tell. The thing about him is that he's not, like, sexy. Like, he's sort of generically, like, vaguely handsome, but he's supposed to be forgettable rather than, like, hot. Like, he needs to be, like, good-looking enough that it smooths things out in the way that being a good-looking, conventionally attractive white person can. But he's not, he's not, like, spy TV show spy hot. So, yeah, sure, I think maybe a little bit.
I'm vibrating with the revelation of this. I also
I
make
have no idea how old
listening.
he was when I started this. Like, I have no clue how fucking old he was when we
30.
started. So I think he's older.
And Saint
than
was
that.
the youngest.
Yeah,
Saint was the youngest, and he was 30. So
I think Alistair's probably.
I was younger than Saint when we started this show.
Oh, that's fucking terrifying. I think Alistair's definitely closer to 40.
I think he said like 30. I think you said like 35, but he could be older.
So I would say he's definitely late 30s.
Yeah. Also, I want to. Okay, so first of all, hashtag problematic age gap. Second of all,
Fuck.
I want to make it clear for anybody listening: if your hair is thinning, there's nothing wrong with that, and you're still beautiful and sexy and cool.
Couldn't agree more.
Very true.
The only reason I got really excited about Alistair having thinning hair is for Alistair specifically. I find it funny. If
it
you
absolutely
have thinning hair,
is.
I'm not making fun of you, and I love you, and you're cool.
Hey Ben, what's behind the door that was next to the bathroom?
Let's check the other door. Now that we've decided, Saint, Alistair turns around and Saint abruptly notices that Alistair's hair is thinning, and he has a fucking crisis for a second, and then we move on. That's the explanation for what just happened. Okay, now you talk.
Yeah, clearly. You step out of that bathroom and walk over a little bit of a corner down the panhandle part of the room, as described earlier, and find yourself facing a large wooden door that, unlike the hospital door across the way, looks significantly more in line with the kind of home decor that you've been expecting. Although this room is itself a bit of clash of eras. This at least looks like it belongs inside of a home. You jiggle the brass handle and find that this door also is locked.
I suppose we have additional doors we can try before we need to start burglarizing anything. Is it burglarizing if you were invited into the house in the first place?
Is it burglarizing
you're
if the
fine.
home is run by a madman artist?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, is it burglarizing if the house is trying
I think
to kill
it's cool to steal if the person who owns the house wants to kill you.
There's two more doors. Because when we walked in on the far side, like standing at the door we came in through, looking at the far wall, there were three doors. One was the set of double doors with the metal kick plates. There's the one that's recessed with the metal grate in front of it. And then there's one off the kitchen that we presume leads to a pantry or closet. Would Saint have checked that door in the process of investigating the kitchen or no?
No, let's say no. because we didn't discuss it. So let's just do that separately.
Let's head back to the kitchen and try that additional door. Ben, do I have those doors correct?
You certainly do. This is the door with the metal grate over it?
No, the one that's like in the kitchen.
Oh, that's just a closet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and there's nothing exciting in the closet.
It's pretty much just like a hall utility closet. Mop and bucket, vacuum cleaner, spare Swiffer pads, that kind of thing.
What's up with the door with the metal grate over it?
Between that and the hospital door is a door with a metal grate over it. When you get closer to it and notice the faceplate on the wall, it becomes a lot more obvious that you're looking at an elevator. The metal grate that is shut over the front of that door is the type of old pull gate that you would have to open and shut over an antique elevator before you got in, back in ye olde days. Back when we only had elevators and no one had thought to invent an escalator yet. That's not true. Those are contemporaneous inventions.
Also, you had a dude in the elevator who made it go up and down.
Yeah, back before elevators were self-service and you had to tip a guy to go upstairs.
Yeah, wow.
What floor? None of your business, actually. And then you would have gotten kicked out for being really rude.
Truly, you're like, what floor? I don't know, man. Really, whatever floor that guy decides you're going to.
What floor? I suppose it's up to you.
You're in his elevator now. Elevator Jesus, take the buttons.
Uh-huh.
That was a really bad joke. Moving on.
It was a good shot, though.
Said it with conviction. That's what's important.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the crucial point.
So we have two methods of going upstairs.
Doors.
We have two locked doors. We have stairs and an elevator that both
elevator
presumably lead upstairs. And we have bugger all going on down here.
We have a few things going on down here that we don't maybe have a solution for yet. We have a half bath. This house is beautiful. It has 2 unsolved puzzles, a half bath, and 2 methods for going upstairs, including a very scary elevator that you need a separate man to operate.
Our investigators are looking for something close to Alister's work, but nearby the beach.
With at least 3 bedrooms and 4 unsolvable puzzles.
House A is an abandoned ski lodge in Aspen, Colorado. House B is a mad artist residence outside Austin, Texas.
And House C is a boat.
And House C is a large boat from 100 years ago.
Let's go. Let's take the stairs. Let's see where the stairs. I mean, unless we're because I'm thinking like, well, mop, bucket, hair dryer. Should we like get something wet and then dry it off and see? But I'm like, I don't know. So all I can think of is like get x-rays wet and then dry them off. But that seems stupid and might not actually do anything.
Well, yeah, I guess the only other thing I would like to maybe try is flipping the lights back off and looking at the x-rays with the UV flashlight.
I did it without.
Oh, okay, yeah, you did it without that, so I guess that's not really going to be any different. When I was just kind of communing with the room and like seeing what I noticed, did I smell anything out of the ordinary?
Where?
Just anywhere in the room. I'm gonna be 100% honest. My brain was just like invisible ink. Does anything smell like?
That was my thought too. Dude.
Should we be slapping some lemon juice and on shit and hair drying it?
What does invisible ink smell like?
I have no fucking clue.
I don't think it does.
No, it is invisible to both the eye and to the nose.
Much like iocane powder.
Yeah, to which I have no immunity. Neither does Alister. Oops.
Oh no.
I guess we just go up the stairs. I don't know what else if we're missing something in here, I don't know what we're missing. And I don't know what else would have batteries in it.
Outside of the non-portable hairdryer, which doesn't have batteries because it plugs into the wall.
I don't think we've run into anything else. Can I do another pass at the kitchen?
You certainly may. There are a number of... I've described it a number of times. There's a number of X-rays taped up to various parts of the cabinets, the fridge, What about it? What are you looking for?
If I put the X-rays, if I kind of lay them out in a way that, like, matches the configuration of a human skeleton, do I notice anything about the way that, like, the numbers correspond to each other, or what body parts, like, are missing? Is this like a full body scan?
You arrange them, like you said, into the shape of a human skeleton. It does seem that every part is there. It does appear to have been a full evaluation of Maurice Clayborn's health and well-being. It does not, however, seem to give you any indication of where to go next.
So we found all of the X-ray pieces. It's not like we're missing one. I don't think, anyway.
Yeah.
It's all self-portraits. Can I pick up the skull one and go back into the bathroom with the mirror?
Sure.
I just look in the mirror and hold up the skeleton X-ray of the head in front of my face and see if it, like, if that reveals anything.
You walk into the bathroom and hold the image of Maurice Clayborn's human skull directly in front of your own face. Your eyes lining up with his eye sockets. In a way, you are looking through the artist's eyes. There's nothing on the surface of the mirror, but on the wall behind you, written for the sake of your own reflection, is the word chill, written in large letters, visible only through the X-ray reflected back at you.
I call Saint, did you follow me in here, or are you still in the kitchen?
No, I'm still in the kitchen. I'm letting you do your thing.
I will head back there and just call out, did you check the freezer?
No. I will now, though. I do so.
The freezer appears to be frozen shut. It does not necessarily budge when you put your hand on it. But for the first time, you notice a piece of stationery attached with a single Austin Museum of Art magnet to the front of the freezer. Self-portrait number 2, spine-chilling, ice sculpture, is written in scrambled handwriting.
Hey, I wonder if we can use the hairdryer.
Yeah. Let's go get that hairdryer. Okay, I'm gonna sprint back and grab the hairdryer and then sprint out. Any plugs nearby?
There's an outlet close enough to the freezer. You point the hairdryer at the, I guess, what would you call that? The door jamb of the freezer?
Sure, yeah, the seam.
Yeah, and put it on to high blast. You can hear a little bit of crackling and the easing of tension as it snaps away, as the ice begins to melt and the door loosens.
Cool. I'll start pulling as it loosens up. Gently, hopefully, that it doesn't, like, crack.
The light of the kitchen illuminates enough of the freezer that you can get a glimpse of what's inside the frozen cave. Piles of the same X-rays printed out on printer paper, not on the plastic sheets that the other ones came on. Frost is biting away at the corners of each of the images. Stacked on top of the pile of X-rays, in the center, a cloudy, frozen block of ice, in the shape of a human skull.
Yeah, there we go. Good thinking, Ezra. I would not have thought of that.
What you've been listening to was Parascience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It is an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players are Ezra K. as Man in Black Alister McAndrews, and Matty Trumbo Gomes as capable young man Saint Garcia Flores. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show, with editing assistance by Matty Trumbo Gomes. Our theme song was by the incorporeal Johnny Ronaldo, and our logo was created by the haunted visage of Tara Bossard. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. You can check out our website and all of our other shows at infinitybreak.net, and I would encourage you to join the haunted chorus of voices at the Infinity Break fan Discord, bit.ly/Infinity Talk. That's capital I Infinity, capital T Talk. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/Infinity Break, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. Finally, if you listen through Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Reviews help us rise in the podcasting charts and help more people stumble across our show like a body in the woods. That's all for now. Let parascience leave a lasting impression on you, one you can't escape, even when you close your eyes.